Alrighty, I am back for a new session of the Final Fantasy X Masters mod, having completed an epic fight against Unalesca in the last one. Now, I think the first thing I will do, honestly, let me get out of here first, and then we'll start to have a look at the sphere grid and all of that kind of stuff. I want to actually get on the airship and begin things from there. So let's go. I do have cutscene remover back on, so hopefully it should get me there pretty quickly. Because everything has opened up, and based on the chat I had with Karifean, there are definitely going to be some things that we can obtain before continuing the story. He hasn't like removed all of the extra secret chests and all of that kind of stuff. So we'll talk more about it once we actually get there. But that's what we have to look forward to. I will do a bit of exploration in this episode and then continue the story. So we'll see what's going to happen. And there we go. Straight there. Perfect. There it is. Okay. So, let's begin with the sphere levels while we have this nice chill music. Oren did a hell of a job, and I'm still kind of amazed that we picked this up. This was pretty incredible as a pickup. So I'm really looking forward to that. So in terms of like status protection and auto regen, this is just a crazy combination. It's pretty amazing. The only gaps here, again, like it's very, very hard to cover everything. I didn't ask him if there is or isn't a ribbon. I don't remember if he said already. But I think that might be the only hole that we have in his defenses at the moment. But anyway, let's begin here. We are really getting close now to the end of people's grids. And well, to the end of the story. Not that many major bosses left to go. Okay, so once again we have a bit of a fork in the road here. Let me have a look at this. Yeah, there's no way I'm not going immediately towards full break here. I think that's got to be the play. Because otherwise we're going to go around this bit, we're going to pick up some more stuff, but then we're going to get stuck here and then we have to go back, and I think full break is needed. I was going to say, does he even get enough MP to use full break? I forgot how much MP full break was, but surely he's going to have enough. Yeah, he's got one more node here, so he'll just about have enough. I mean, having to rely on Banishing Blade every time is definitely difficult, and so full break is pretty nice. But I think some bosses might just have some kind of resistance where it's only full break that works, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, Lulu's getting closer and closer to that double cast. She has been an absolute powerhouse in this series. She's done incredible work. That Demi overdrive at the start of Form 3 versus Unalesca was absolutely massive. So it's been nice to be able to use Lulu so much in a playthrough in a way that still feels kind of natural to her playstyle. So that's been really nice. And Una continues. A little more HP is nice. She basically doesn't get any more white magic. Oh crap, did I miss this? No! I forgot to activate it. I'm literally going to use far plane because otherwise I have to reload the save. Sometimes their names and like their positioning, it kind of blocks your view of the link sometimes. Sphere grid, let's just... Again, far plane is just such an invaluable tool at this stage. There we go. So let me go back now. Yeah, so it's like it's basically like I filled it in along the way. So I think that's fine. And now we do this. More HP. More MP, which is going to be really nice. And more speed. Okay. I'm curious to see if Kimari makes it to any more white magic spells that could be useful to us. But first, it's Waka. Yeah, so in terms of luck, I didn't end up giving him any more. Just wondering now if I should, for the skill spheres, if I should wait until Oren gets full break and then give someone full break as the skill instead. You saw again the breaks were useful against Unalesca. I've really been using them a lot. So that's still where I'm at in terms of the skill sphere usage. Kumari getting a +4 magic is nice, and he's going to learn Protect and Shell. Perfect. Perfect. This is what I'm talking about. It's kind of funny how low his HP is, and it's not going to get much higher, but at least his agility is good. Not amazing, but it's good. Okay. Tyner's been doing a great job as well, thanks to his half MP cost and his ability to haste. A lot of good time mage work from him. Again. But I need MP. I feel like MP's big. So we're going to sacrifice getting a little bit of extra agility. I think I'll survive. And finally, Riku. Yeah, her agility is starting to be huge now. She's starting to play a little bit more like how she does in a normal playthrough. Not quite the same, because then she'd be like totally OP, but you've seen in the more recent battles I've been bringing her in a lot more. And she's been like coming in, like dropping a few items and that kind of thing and helping us to recover and make progress. And well, Copycat has been an excellent way to get a little bit more utility out of her in terms of damage. So, been pretty happy with that. So yeah, again, no skill spheres for now. I'm going to put a save in. So now we're going to pay Rin a visit. I want to see what kind of equipment he has.
May I help you?
Depends on what you got. Yeah, okay. So as I say, I think stuff with 4 free slots either doesn't exist in the mod or is very, very, very late game or post game material. So you can't have like a... I think every single time we've got something that has 4 slots, it's always had 1 already filled. And sometimes that's a good thing. But sometimes it stops you from potentially making like an absolute like ultimate setup that you might want. So it kind of just depends. Like for example, Oren's obviously, his armor is awesome. But realistically speaking, like if I could swap Poison Strike with something else, like let's say a Confuse Proof, I think I'd probably prefer that still. Even though Poison Strike makes it more interesting in terms of pure utility across like any given situation, I think just having him protect against confusion is probably the best, because I still have like bio if I need it and that kind of thing. So that's kind of the trade-off, but that's the way it is. But I have... whoa, I didn't even notice how much gil I had now. 25,000. Holy crap.
Thank you.
So I think that validates me a little bit.
Office at your service.
Okay. We can buy our bed potions. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah, so this is why we have 25,000 gil. So... I'd love to try and just make do without using potions at this stage. Albed potions, holy water. Down. At least because I have the airship now, I can kind of just come back and buy them as needed. I still have a decent stock of these at least. So Phoenix down, I managed to preserve a lot of them. So that's good. Holy water, I can definitely buy some more of those if needed. Our bed potion is nice because I can use that for customization. So, which one was it specifically? Let's take a look. Yeah, Sense Preserver, at least I can have whenever I want. Life Preserver, that one obviously, that's a special one. You're not going to be able to get that just by buying stuff. And the other one I think is gone. I can't see it. There's Health Preserver, I think, which I don't have anymore. That one's gone. Okay. Yeah, so... we'll see what we need. Again, for now, I'm not going to buy anything. Curse proof. Yeah, still have some really nice options available to us heading into like the very late game / post game. So I think we're in a good place. Now what we're going to do is we are going to start seeing what we have in terms of extra treasures before we try to proceed to the next boss. Now, I did have a chat with Karifean about this. I wanted to kind of know a little bit in advance like how he approached it. The first thing I will say is that he doesn't have treasures for revisiting the temple. So that's one way in which you can get like an extra treasure chest. But for this one, he's kind of put those out because he doesn't want people to have to redo the Cloister of Trials, and that still, I think, falls within his idea of it being a bit more grindy. So we're not going to find anything from that. But the secret airship locations and stuff, we will be able to find some extras. So let's take a look at those.
We'll wait till you think of a plan. Get that noggin working.
Yes, sir. I will do my best. Now, I need to progress the story. I did, because of cutscene remove, I just didn't know what it did and what it didn't. So let's just... I'll edit this out. I'll return when we can actually travel again. Okay, so already we have a few new things that have popped up. And, well, Omega Ruins. This is always the fun part. Whoa. On times 4 speed, that's not a good idea. There it is. Okay. Is that all of them? There's Battle Site as well, somewhere along here. Yeah. Now, is that everything? I think that's all of it. I'll double check once I'm done, but now, in order, I'm going to quickly go through these and see what we have.
Yeehaw! Here we go.
Get those Sid emojis out. Right, I think I already opened this chest, but I wanted to have another quick look. I don't remember if when you return here there's another chest, it like updates, or if it's the same as the absolute start of the game. Yeah, it's the same. So we can have a quick look at Genais, just as like a preview for later. I've already forgotten the specifics of the text at the Monster Arena, in terms of what order Karifean recommends us to take things on, but I am pretty sure that Genais is supposed to be like top tier. Not top tier, but like much higher tier than he normally would be. So I'm using Sensor. I'm not using Sensor. I tell a lie. Yeah, we're just going to zombify it and then kill it like that. Should be easy, right? Yeah, this should be absolutely fine. Let's do Comrade, because we're probably going to get hit like a truck. So this is just a little preview, in case it turns into a little bit more of a we don't actually fight much in the way of bosses for this episode. I want you guys to at least see a little bit of something. What in Yevon's name are you doing down there?
What's up? Something here?
I almost got eaten by a fiend here. Payback time.
I get the picture. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, no payback here. I kind of love that even once you do this, they do give you a chance to get out of there. Like, you don't have to fight Genais right now. Like, it's telling you that there is a boss coming up, and if you don't have a save, then maybe it's a good idea to get out of here. So if you also go the wrong way, they also allow you to not have to fight him. It's kind of interesting. And well, it's kind of the game to do so. But let's go looking for trouble. We have our save anyway. Just want to get a feel for what to expect here. Alright. Let's see. Well, let's just Hasker first. We'll see if we can even survive any turns here. I think we're going to have a lot of status issues here. Like, we'd need to prepare some, like, we probably need some stone proof and that kind of thing. Even the normal version has petrification. We have no petrification protection for anybody here. So that's one of the reasons why I think fundamentally, like, we don't really have a chance. But I'd like to at least see what we're dealing with here. Do that and then defend. Let's try and do a triple foul here. think you're protected against all of it. There you go. Stone Punch is the first one to come. That's not good. And he was the only guy that had a sensor. Ugh, God's sake. No, actually, I think Waka does have one. Let's just see. Hold on. Oh, it's not quick enough. Oh, God. Oh, well dodged. 200,000. Likes his food in good health and fast asleep. Counters against every third attack. Okay. Let's just try some bust. Let's bust a move here. But obviously, again, with Stone Punch, we don't really stand a chance here. I do wonder when we're going to get, like, proper petrification protection. Yeah, bro just using Stone Punch. Well, since you can evade the Stone Punch, let's see what happens. 78 damage, that looks good. The evade and counter works. Ah, just in case, you know? So, yeah, that's the level of what we're going to be dealing with later, so there's no point trying to play any games here. Just wanted to show you guys that before moving along. Right, let's get out of here. Alright. Now for the fun part where we won't actually be killed. Let's check this out. What do we get? Star Touch. Star usually means some kind of reflect, but... Oh. It means this, apparently. Sure. It's funny because we already have one very similar. Tide, Shock, Blaze. Shock, Blaze, Frost. At least it's different. And we do have the extra slot, so... That could be Riku's Seymour Omnis armor, thinking ahead. I mean, even Unalesca was firing off some elementals, so it just might continue to be a feature for every storyline boss moving forward. It really might be. So this is normally the Murasame. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, fine. It's something. I mean, obviously, Karifean has to do his best to try and keep things balanced and not give us anything too OP here. We'll take it. MP, if it was half MP cost, that'd be great, but obviously, because he has like full break and that kind of thing, makes it a bit more abusable.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
See what we got here. Shapeshifter. I'm a shapeshifter. Piercing and three slots. Yeah, if you took him down a more physical route, this would be a really good start point for something. But obviously, because we took him down the mage route, it's not as useful for us. But there you go. So nothing particularly awesome so far. The Riku one was nice, but that's about it. I think this was just the God Hand chest. Maybe he's replaced with... It's probably replaced with a potion, but let's just take a look.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
I think in places like this where there's low-level encounters, I'm just going to turn encounters off to save time. It's not worth the animation times. And well, we don't have flee, so we'd have to attack them. Just, it won't open. So I think it just remains like that in general. Again, things like the Cactar minigame, those kind of things, he's kind of removed the rewards from that kind of thing. So he doesn't want you to spend time on minigames. So I think this is one of the final places where we'd actually get a little bit extra. No, we've got Cenobia as well, so we've got a couple more.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Glorious Bangle. Okay. We don't have any elemental eaters yet. SOS Overdrive. Kind of interesting. Could definitely be used somehow, so fair enough. Again, weapon ability on an armor. So anytime that happens, it opens the door for some interesting combinations. Now, one thing I forgot to ask was the Omega dungeon stuff. So we'll take a look. I mean, he's kind of told us to not go there. And I don't want to spoil anything for later. Like Genais, I don't mind. We've kind of met him already. But the Omega Ruins is going to be... It's properly designed to be used much later. So MP plus 30%. Okay. Fine. So no major fireworks here in terms of extra goodies, I think. But I think that was kind of to be expected. I don't think it was going to give you anything too crazy. Now, the one thing I want to do... should I do this or should I not? I'm thinking, should I go to Omega Ruins? Now, I don't want to spoil anything to do with Omega Ruins. I really don't. Like, what's the point? Save it as a surprise for later. I mean, he has told us to go there later, so I'd rather not. So I think what I will do, honestly, from here, that's already kind of it. So just in case anything was particularly good, I might spend a little bit of time talking about it or customizing some other stuff, etc. But for now, at least, I don't think any of what I got changes anything in terms of my general setup. So we're going to continue the story now. And it's going to be time for the Sin battles pretty soon. So let's go. Again, cutscene remover doing a lot of heavy lifting here because this is a pretty long story section of the game. And I'll rejoin you when it's time for some more action.
There's something I want to say before the fight. I guess I didn't know anything about the Al Bhed. Didn't know anything. Didn't want to listen to anything. I was a big jerk. So, I'm sorry, huh? Please forgive me.
Don't let it bother you. Hey, I'm guilty of hating those darn Yevanites myself. Well, there's a lot of folk in this world. Some of them good, some of them bad. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I want to keep that interaction in there because I feel like it's more relevant than ever. We can all be jerks sometimes, we can all get things wrong, but it takes a lot of courage to apologize and see the error of your ways and try to be better. Especially since because the cutscene remover, the Hymn of the Faith continued in here. This is just a cutscene remover quirk. But it made the moment even a little bit more profound there with Waka, like such a devout person of Yevon, as the Hymn of the Faith is on in the background, like delivering that line. It's really nice. So I thought I'd keep that in. Okay, so what are we doing now?
Final showdown with Sheen. I say let's get this show on the road!
Yeah, I don't know when that music's going to reset, but... so, yeah, we are literally moving on to Sin's Fin. So let's give this a little save. Now, the problem here, obviously, is that these fights happen back to back. And so we have to kind of take it seriously and be careful about resources. So, I'm going to literally leave this like that for now. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of, again, just kind of figure it out on the fly. To see what we're dealing with and figure it out. I think Waka at this stage is really going to need some kind of armor. He's kind of got a bit of nothing at this stage, but... I think overdrive-wise, for now, I'm going to go back to probably Comrade, because it's going to get like those... It's going to ram the airship and do those swiping moves, or Gravija, all that kind of stuff. I think Comrade might be a good, simple starting point for overdrive mode. So I think we'll start like that. So I think this tends to be one of my strongest teams, so I'll start with that. So here we go. The final showdown with Sheen. It's nice to finally be able to say that in
The
context.
final showdown with Sheen. I say let's get this show on the road!
Not taking on any items here for now. We'll see how we manage without. I never expect to win these things first time anyway, so I tried to not overly prepare because it's just... You just learn by doing, so... I think everyone has a different approach, but I've made it this far. It's worked okay for me. Here we are. So, start off with a bit of the old Hasker. Kimari straight in with a scan. Let's take a look. As I said, basically every storyline boss pretty much is scannable, so it's provided a lot of useful information. And I still think it's a nice touch by Karifean to do that. So let's see. Attacks 3 times before then gathering energy, preparing its Gravija that deals 100% HP in magic damage. Yikes. Okay, so breaks. Magic defense. That's X. Okay. Let's have a look at those immunities for a second. Sleep, silence, darkness, haste, slow, eject, doom, KO, zombie, petrification, confusion. I'm not seeing poison mentioned there. Yeah, poison is not mentioned. Neither are the breaks. So poison continues to potentially be big here. Okay. I think Sentinel's not going to help as much here because I don't think it targets characters individually very often, so we'll see how that works. But for now, let's just try to put a bio on just to get things started. And we'll need to see how powerful these physical attacks are. Honestly, did I see darkness there? It's worth a try. We're not going to do much else in terms of statuses. Yeah, okay. So basically, I reckon its normal swipe could just kill you in one turn anyway, if you're not careful. So let's do this. Here it comes. This might be a big KO. No, it's not. Okay. It's a good sign. 4,000 on the poison damage is pretty good too. So we just need to keep track of how many times it's attacked. I do have a feeling that because obviously we've got the back-to-back fights here, I think probably Karifean hasn't gone too crazy in terms of the difficulty here, because otherwise, like, you're going to have to, if every fight took like half an hour, 40 minutes, you'd be fighting for like 2 hours in this section. And then you might have to start again right at the end, so I think that would be a little bit harsh, even by Masters Mod standards. So I think he's kind of going to help us out with that. Now, only thing here is I don't think something like focus is going to help, so we have to be a bit careful about that. Let's start with, again, if I spam Demi too hard, I might have a bit of trouble with MP later on. So let's just see how much. I'm going to focus up a little first, at least for my own attacking spells, rather than reducing Gravija damage. And we'll see if we can get by just with cheers for our defenses. So we'll keep our distance. Not sure even what other attacks it has. Oh, Lulu can evade that. Again, Lulu just being really, really useful here. Sheesh. That's big. That's huge. Honestly, Auron with his regen can probably survive. Just like without doing much of anything. But at least Yuna can pray. Just get our HP back a little bit. Now I forgot if we carry cheer and focus through in the upcoming fights. So this will just kind of save us a little bit in terms of resources. And then we need to make sure we get Shell on double time. So there's number 3. I forgot if it still does the charge up first. That I didn't pay attention to. So let's fire off here. Okay, not bad. Now let's begin with some Shell. Kimari can now use Shell, so this will save us a little bit. Okay. Lowers its defenses to prepare Gravija. Only the 3rd fight gives AP. Ah, that's also interesting. Draws in airships. Ah, so it's going to pull us in close regardless. Yeah, kind of hoping we get a bit of a free turn here. Let's see what happens. It's been 3 attacks now. Core lowers defenses, and it gathers energy. Drawn to Sin. There we go. I like this. This is cool. Because it gives you a chance to really attack that core as well. Let's see. Now, Auron can come in and do a magic break. Ah, it's already armor broken here. Nice. Let's do some more damage. And Yuna comes in. Now, bear in mind the Shell only reduces it to half, so we have to make sure, well, I guess if it's magic broken and we have Shell, it reduces it down to 25%, no? So Yuna, everyone should survive here, based on that quick maths. Let's see. Right, here comes Gravija. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I forgot that it damages itself too. Then comes negation, so for next time we have to make sure we're prepared again. That's why I've been trying to rely on cheer to survive the attacks instead. So we're going to have to take at least one attack at close range. So we've got to be careful with that. I wish we could haste up Sid. Make that turn come sooner. Okay. So the defenses are back up now. I think still back to bio. Now the close range attack might be the one that's very troublesome here, so I'm gonna be careful here. Again, just trying to see if I can do this without using any healing items. That would be ideal. So I think Oren can come in and he can just sit here. And I think I need to give the command now.
Go back! Farther away!
Just a minute.
Because I think the ramming move used to introduce delay, which obviously we don't want. So I think I'll come in with Riku because she's quick. She doesn't have haste, but she's quick. And I can just defend here. And Tidus is the one that's vulnerable here, but he does have some cheers, so I'm hoping that full HP plus the cheers will be enough for him. So let's see what happens. This is where things can get dangerous. Okay, not a lot of damage, but maybe delay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the CTB looks after the pullback. Man, that's such a cool shot. Love it. Yeah, we definitely lost some CTB there, but it's fine. Let's go. I got to remember to try and Osmos at the end of this fight, and not spam the haste too much. Otherwise, again, I'm gonna need to heal. Oh, will Yuna die here? She's had some cheers, but her physical defense isn't the best. We'll see if this keeps her alive. So this is attack number 2. Okay. Bring her. We should be out of range for these. Yeah. It's worth a little look. $13,000. I think once it comes in, we'll be able to sort this out. Yeah, Kimari took around 1,300 damage, so Yuna would die here. Let's just bring in Oren just to stay safe. Okay. So I think I'll Osmos here. Hopefully I get some MP back. Yes. Okay, it's good. Is there any way to keep Kimari alive without sacrificing anyone? Or a high potion? I don't think there is. Take a look here. Yeah, no. So we can do this. Yeah, I don't want to put myself on the back foot for the next fight. So I'm trying to not end the fight like in a particularly bad position. Okay. I tried my best to not use anything, but again, this is more of a looking ahead. I don't need to do this right now. But yeah, Yuna would have died, so I think it was the right call. So now we're just going to wait. It's going to draw us in, and it's going to take another 4,000 damage, and then we should be fine. Maybe I should just copycat the prey for 28 MP. Screw it. This is just like ultra trying to be economical. Gonna lower its defense. It's gonna take damage. After this. Okay. It's going to be the third fight that's going to be much more dangerous because of those, because the elements and all of that kind of stuff. So these are kind of just like little prep fights for what's to come. Alright, so let's still haste unit up here, I think. Honestly, it might still be worth it to do this. And then we've got to try to not lose haste, so hopefully don't get negated here. Alright, that should be enough. There we go, that's the first half. Again, I don't think it was designed to be anything particularly hardcore here, but we still get some spoils. We don't get AP, but we get level 1 key spheres. Ooh. And a Tetra ring. Wow. Okay. I would have loved for Orin to have got something, but hey. So here we go again. I think I'll use her MP for Haska this time. Do that. Get some SOS overdrive in there. We might need those overdrives for the third fight. Now the second side might be stronger, might hit harder. I'm going to assume it hits roughly the same. Now we did see that Lulu managed to evade, so I'm kind of taking a bit of a chance here. Okay, good overdrive charge in there. Let's get the bio back on. All right. Again, Orin with the regen is just really... He's really not bothered at all by this whole situation. He's doing just fine. But again, it's more kind of... Like, with Prey, you can't quite keep up. Unfortunately. So he's going to get an overdrive here, if he stays alive. So I don't think a cure will keep him alive. Even a high potion might not. So I think I've got to swap him out here. Alright, here we go again. $3,500. What? This one has less HP? Interesting. I mean... Wait, I think... No. I was going to say, does the normal swipe have a delay here? It might do. I'm going to scan here. Let's not get too carried away. Because it has a different amount of HP. Maybe it just moves differently now. 70,000 here. Less strength. Okay, in that sense it's the same. immunity's threatened. I'm imagining Auron being able to threaten Sin in midair and it just freezes. Okay. Right. Can I get another turn? No, I can't. Yeah, I was going to switch to her alchemy weapon so that I can get a better heal out of this, but at the moment this is the one downside. I'm using more resources than I'd like, but... Now we're getting some overdrive. Again, try my best to save this for later. Alright, here we go. Maybe this is where we go closer.
Closer! Go closer!
Just a minute. Yeehaw! We're going in.
Let's do this. We really need to get a lot of damage going here. So, see how this works. Alright, defenses are lowered. Right, this is where we need to go hard. And we need to remember to magic break as well. So let's see. Trying to think, is there anyone that can have a higher damage output? Riku probably. I'm gonna use a gem here. Basically, I then want to be able to copycat. That's the plan. Okay. Nah, I didn't have the turns for it. Honestly, since we're going to be negated anyway, maybe it's better to just kind of let Riku die here. And then just revive her with the Phoenix down, and then pull back. Unsure. Does delay work? Kind of does, but not by enough to make a difference. Is there anyone over half of their HP? No. So basically, whoever I use, they're gonna kind of die here. So let's at least use Yuna. So I didn't get the damage output I wanted, but I'll hopefully still get through here. Okay, there it comes. Yeah, big 9,000 to itself as well. negation's always a pain in the ass. Now. Let's see. Right, where are we at? I had to take a mini break. I left things running. Yeah, we're going to face one of those moves. So... I think his strength is a little bit lower than the other one, though. You're going to take a chance. Then I'm going to put Bio back on. I think Yuna could probably die here. I think she probably will die. I didn't put any cheers on her, so this was a bad move. Oh, okay. I guess right. I mean, the strength did look lower to me. I didn't remember the exact number, but it seemed lower. Maybe we kind of just go a little bit more attacking here and just go for it. So we're going to use another Albed potion here, but it's kind of in the name of charging up overdrive as well. There's number 2. Yeah, that delay is just too strong. It's not great, honestly. Let me think. It's already going to be the 3rd one after this, so... Yeah, staying close has not been a good strat, unfortunately. I'm hoping we still have enough to take it out after it charges up. It might get 2 moves back to back now. Not quite, okay. That's good. So we're going to save this overdrive here. Let's see. Osmos. Do we have enough? I think with this we'll definitely have enough. I'm hoping I can counter 3 and that now it's going to do the kind of prep move. Yep. So I'm hoping now I've got enough time. With the poison damage as well, it should bring it to within range. But again, with this guy, you kind of don't want to limp over the line too much, otherwise you could be in big trouble for the next one. So for that reason, I'm going to be a little more careful here. Let's see. Bring Lulu in. 10,000 to take out, okay. Yeah, if you look at the turn count here, again, this is just Riku really showing off that speed. So really trying to make sure here. Okay. That should be enough. So, what I will do, I'll Albed Potion again so that we have this team with some firepower, with some HP going into the next one. And then I will finish things off. Okay. So now I think the real fight is coming. And so I tried my best to not go into it with like another Tetra ring. Oh man, I don't want another Tetra ring. I don't want 2 Tetra rings. I might have to redo this fight. 2 is lame, man. Like, why exactly the same thing back to back? So it gets the first move. This is what I was saying. Like, if you're not prepared, you're going to be in trouble. And so Auron is prepared. He is cursed. You can't like stop everything, but that's okay. Now, Riku does not have haste anymore, of course. She can do this. So this is what we save that MP for. Let's get rid of the curse. Can he get in? No, he can't. I'm gonna Sentinel with him anyway. Let's see. Yeah, this one's out of range. So it's a choice. Bad Breath or Mighty Guard. White Wind. Or none of that. I think for starters, let's do a bit of this. I'm a bit worried about Monster A. Sorry. The boss at the back. That guy obviously does its elemental spells, and we're not ready for those. So we might have a bit of a shaky start here, potentially. So I'm hoping it's going to start with that like Toxic Spray style attack, and then the guy at the back is going to do some kind of elemental, and we'll cover it. That's the plan. Let's see. So I took a bit of a risk here, but yeah. So this is the first bit. Oren's got that under control. Oh no, it has confusion. The one weakness that my boy has, but thankfully because he's slow, we have time to kind of correct that. So, okay, the guy at the back casts White Wind. Kind of not what I was expecting. I think this leaves me a chance to get furious here. Let's do some good old Demi Fury. Ah, cranked out the 7th. Has a lot of HP if we're pulling quad 9s here. Holy crap. Wow. That's a lot of HP. Are you kidding me? Wow. Sheesh. Okay. While confused, can he still Sentinel is the question. And there's probably some elemental stuff to come now. Yeah, I really want to scan it now. But I think first things first, I'm going to just, so that this doesn't cause any kind of major chaos, I need to get rid of this. It's been slowed as well. Okay. Just unsure exactly what it's going to hit us with. I think previously it used to be like Waterga or something like that. It might be like the Penta Waterga now, for all we know. So I'm just like, do I rely on my Final Fantasy experience and assume it's going to be the same? Or I kind of don't want to take a risk. If I'm wrong, because it could be anything, really. I mean, it could be fire at this time and not water. So if I try to kind of preempt it by doing a null tide on everybody, it might be a waste of time. So I'm unclear at this stage. And if I use this turn with a scan, could also be risky. But I think if it's elemental, at least Kimari will survive. It'd be a massive risk, but we'd learn a lot in the process. And I'm banking on Oren again to potentially survive if one comes his way. So hold on, here's what we'll do. Does use get me the turn? It does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Lunar Curtain Orin here. So that if it is some kind of spell, I'm hoping he survives it either way. And then I'm going to bring in Kimari and... Oh man, he doesn't even get another turn, but it's fine. Orin gets one. So I need to know, because I was pretty shocked how much HP it had. And I need to track 100,000, okay. Yeah, Pentawaterer, there you go. Okay, so Kimari should be fine here. But I think, basically I was wondering if I could silence it. And I think I can. Can be tricked into leaving its shell before Gravija hits. 1.5 to fire. Okay, so Lulu's going to die here. But, well, Orin might die as well. This could be very, very, very bad. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Up to the task. Good stuff. Thrashing coming next. Let's check Riku's agility here. Yep. Okay. Unsure how to deal with this because again I just don't know the damage. Like the Pentawaterer did a lot less damage than I thought. There's Power Break here. I think that's what I'm going to try. But then Kimari's going to die. So hold on. Here's what we'll do. We'll try and make sure Kimari survives here. Because Thrashing obviously could be very, very powerful. And we're going to try and do that by having Orin Power Break here. If it's immune, then I've missed a trick. It's not. And the poison hits there. So here comes Thrashing. With a Power Break. Hoping it's enough. Okay. It's good. 6,000 damage from that. Okay. Ah, he's silenced. I was going to try and throw in a quick Hasker here if I could, but... Riku doesn't have the MP anymore. Absorbs magical attacks against Sin. So we're still like on the path to try and knock this guy out as quickly as possible. But I'm not liking the agility situation here. And Orin's not in Sentinel mode, so we have to watch out here. I think it's worth a try either way. Let's just see what Bossman's going to do. Core lowers defenses. Okay, Gravija coming next. But is it taking damage there? It's sighing again. It's not nice. It's not nice. Now, obviously, the problem is we can't magic break here. So it's purely based on our defenses here, whether or not we survive. And this means it might be a good idea to summon here. Or maybe we do this. So I think that could be a good idea too. So hold on. What's the best way to tackle this? I want to see if this still does damage or if it becomes like completely immune. We've got the turns to see. No, so this is good. $25,000. Still doing okay here. Just wondering if I did this and then did a Firaga, would it be enough? Yeah, so it's got Shell and Protect once it goes in there. I'm probably going to just summon an Aeon Shield for Gravija, honestly. Or either that or use Mighty Guard, one of the two. So I'm just thinking, if I do about 4,500 twice with Riku, that gets us Yeah, I was trying to see if I can get over the line and kill it before Gravija happens. But it's close, but I don't think I can. So I think that's what I was trying to work out here. I don't think I have the turns to do it. Maybe if I just spam fire gems. I don't want to use too many. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, the fact that they get back-to-back turns I definitely don't like. Alright, I think I'm going to make use of this summon here. Yeah, we have a turn pretty soon after, so let's just go for it. Making a little bit of a push here. Right, he has kind of like a built-in sensor, which is always nice. It's a nice way to just see what's going on here. Alright, here we go. At least it'll be quad 9 on both. This overdrive has the range. Oh, that's a lie. It looked like it was aiming at both, but fine. So yeah, Ifrit's taking the Gravija here. Okay, everyone took damage there. And also takes the negation. Nice. Okay, that worked. So we keep our positive buffs as well. So I think that gives us a great chance here once we're back. Let's see who gets the next turn. Well, it should be Genais, I think. Genais. Okay. It's re-emerging, but hopefully we should be able to pin it down pretty fast. Shouldn't have much left in the tank. 5,000. Okay. So Lulu comes back in, I think. Don't think Lulu can take it out in one turn. Yeah. Basically, in case White Wind happens, I'm gonna... 5, 6, 6, 1. It's like, I think something like Fire Breath is just not going to be enough. So I think the only way I can really guarantee killing it is to use one more fire gem, I think. Or maybe, honestly, a couple of bomb fragments and then a fire raga, just to be absolutely sure. Because I'm not too concerned with what happens on Sin's turn after that. So just bring it down to size. Again, you're seeing the speed here. Speed kills in Final Fantasy X, man. It's absolutely huge. That's why I'm really not cashing in on that that auto haste. I'm just holding on to it for dear life. Okay, so it was fine all along, but I just wanted to be sure. At least I didn't waste another fire gem on it. So there we go. Just me and you. Oh no. Yikes. Okay. So now it's getting mean. But once again, we can bring in Riku. Now. I think with a remedy, we won't get those statuses put back on, I'm hoping. So... did Mighty Guard put on like the null? I don't think it does. So I don't know what the pattern is here, and it'll be a gamble. So let's take a look at this again. Yeah, because it's very, very powerful. I think to that end, I might see if I can get away with magic breaking here, and then hope that Auron and Lulu survive. Oh, okay. This was perfect timing. Oof. Just when I need it. Lower those defenses. This gives me some time to just make sure I've got everything done properly. It has been magic broken, so I think we should be okay in general. I'm just going to Mighty Guard here just so I have one in. I always forget what Mighty Guard does. I know Protect and Shell, but is that literally it? No. Okay, it gives you the null spells as well. So that's what I was kind of curious about. Good to know. Wondering if for funsies I should just do a flare, but yeah, I'm gonna flare. And well, negation is gonna hurt here. Let me just biding my time here. Yep. Alright, looks good. Now, Lulu back with her elemental protections here. Let's get this back on. Ooh. This is kind of nice. I think worst case I'll revive Tidus. Yeah, so it is rotating. I was kind of hoping to boost up to an overdrive as well. Didn't quite work. Use the Phoenix down. Yeah, Riku's maintained her haste throughout, and it's been an absolute godsend. So we've guessed what move's coming next here. Oh, so it only does one of those and then lowers defenses? That's huge. That's huge. Okay. Yeah, no mercy this time. And there it is. Job done. The Sin Battle. So again, nothing I think too hardcore here, and I think I handled the transition from Fight 2 to Fight 3 decently. Again, a huge Demi overdrive there really helped me out. But I think like a mixture of the overdrives that I'd built up and things like the brakes and the Tetra Elemental, the elemental defensive stuff that I had up until this point, I think was enough to generally see me through. So nothing too crazy there. But Overdrive Sin is looming. Wow, 5 HP spheres. Now that I was not expecting. Now my only thing is, I feel like I've got too many of these kind of things. I'm not happy with those drops. This might be the first time I go back and farm for some better drops, because like this is nice, but let me see like what Yuna got. It depends on these abilities here. Magic plus 20. Yeah, to be fair, if these land on the guys, it's not as useful. But I don't know. That still. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think if it had something like an actual like ability on there as opposed to just a stat buff, then I really would have been inclined to do it, but I think maybe it's okay. Okay, my friends, I'm wrapping it up for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you are continuing to enjoy the series. Please remember to hit the like button if you haven't already, and thank you as always to Karifean for producing this amazing mod for us all to enjoy. I will see you for the next one. Thank you for watching. Take care.